Hotline. This is Jack Taylor. I'm sitting in for Mr. Travis, and I have the Commander Thompson of the Herald Washington Post, 1987. Commander.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us once again. We have two very special guests from us from radio station WBGX AM 1570, and Miss Clara Hubbard and Brother Lorenzo Smith. And they got some vital information for you all, and we'd love to have each one of you all that's listening to my voice right now to please call in for questions, and we'll give you the answers if we can. So without any more introduction, we're going to let you talk to Sister Clara Hubbard.
Okay, we're back. Ms. Hubbard, please tell us about your organization.
Well, I am the host of Senior Talk with Clara Hubbard on AM 1570 WBGX, and we are known as the #1 resource and information show for seniors who are called people getting better with age, caregivers, and health professionals. And we've been doing our radio program for 5 years, and we're celebrating 6 years in May of this year, which is also known as Older Americans Month.
Okay. Can you tell us how you can help our community and especially our veterans?
Well, let me say this. It has been a pleasure being known as the granddaughter in the community. I take what I do very seriously. As I said, my name is on it, so I put every effort into it. What we're doing now is we've created something called the Veterans Advocacy Consortium, and my co-host Alfonso Smith will be joining you shortly. He is someone that has building relationships across the city of Chicago for people to understand that veterans are just considered equally underserved as our seniors. And so with that being said, he goes around and builds the relationships that we need. He makes sure that we are taking care of them on all levels, whether it's homelessness, whether it's new. I was introduced to someone who heard our program and heard Alfonso about veterans and job readiness. And then we also are reaching out to them to put them back to work where we can take them and their skill level and use the best execution. So we've been doing that just under 2 years now. Alfonso's been a great part of what we're doing, and I'm pretty excited about it.
So how could our veterans get in touch with you? How could they join this program, the ones that are out there that might not have heard about you?
Well, the first thing they can do is go on my website, which is seniortalk.webs.com. They can call our office at 312-428-6919. And at that office, which is in the South Loop, Alfonso and I both share an office there. Also, what's important, too, is that there's not any question that is, for lack of a better term, stupid. If we can't find an answer, let's find it together, because obviously it was something on your heart. And so we make sure that we can serve them that way as well.
Okay, and for everybody out there in the audience, I want to let you know we're going to put all this information on our Facebook page. That's Herald Washington Post 1987 on Facebook, and we will have this information on probably tomorrow morning. Tell us more about you.
Well, we also take it up a notch, and with the title being Granddaughter in the Community, I can only tell you, we have a lot of fun. We go to plays, movies. Most times we do a minimum of 80. We're getting ready to go to the movie or to the play on Monday, the 13th of February. We're going to see Claudine the movie turned into a play. And we currently, right now, our Senior Talk family, we're walking in the door on Senior Talk Day for $10 to see this play. And we have 400 seniors.
400.
400. That's just minimal, but we can do on average 80 to 500 at best. But what's also important is that we have a program now called Live and Learn. And so what this allows us to do is to take our community partners and we go and we provide a mini on-site resource information show for you at your senior facility. Because most people will not travel out, we bring the information to them.
See, and that is a great idea, especially for us veterans, because some of us can't get out like we used to and get around. And that would be something that we would need to bring the information out to us. Because some of us are, like I said, we're shed in. Some of us don't have the best luck in our old age, but
no, you're getting better with age. You get better with age. You get better with age. You get better with age. Yeah. And I think it's important too, is because when we do come out, we make it a part to get out of the walls of the studio. You know, and Alphonse and I believe we're too cute for radio. So we need to come out and we want to touch faces and hands and be humanly interacting with people so that we can make sure that we're meeting their needs. When we do these Live and Learn series, they are forthcoming and we can bring one to your community. You can go to my website or give us a call at our office. But what we try to do is bring things that people need. A lot of times when people do health fairs, they're just bringing up what they think people need. Well, ask the community first and then bring their resources and they will show up.
Okay, and I want to thank you very much for being here.
It's my pleasure.
We're going to go. This is our Valentine's Day party. This information. We're going to need you. Tell them to switch up.
See right here, sir. Record right here. See right there. Line up to that tape right there. All right, we're back on the air. Hotline. Welcome to the Hotline Show. And I'm your guest and your host. Just bear with us. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the show.
Alfonso Smith.
Mr. Smith.
My pleasure.
Well, you're on a radio station. How you like being on radio?
Well, I love it, actually. This is my second radio station being on. First was WVON. I was on that for 3 years.
Okay. What year?
3 years ago. Yeah, I've been with Clara for 3 years. So
Okay.
3 years prior to that. And but I love being on Clara's show.
Okay.
I met Clara because she came on our show. It was called Speak Up. And the host was Che Ryan Smith,
Okay.
young brother. And so after that, when he went off to Hollywood to make movies and that whole thing, I became involved with Clara. What's so beautiful here this evening, we're sitting here with two of the most giving people, Commander Thompson as well as Clara Hubbard. They did not have to create these programs or be involved in the community, but they chose to do. They're givers and not takers. They give to the community. They're trying to build something that is very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in terms of the veterans, we have a program called, as Clara alluded to, VAC, which was an acronym for Veterans Advocacy Consortium.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do, we get together with different groups around the veterans groups around the country. Around the city, and we get them involved.
Now, what are some of the things that you guys actually do with veterans?
Well, we try to keep them informed. We try to assist them in whatever their needs are.
Okay.
One thing I read today is that every evening, every night, there's 200,000 homeless veterans in this country. And that is indeed a disgrace.
Yes, it is.
So those kind of issues. Now, I had spoke with Commander Thompson and directed him to a place called New Beginnings, which is on 80th International.
Okay.
And it's for homeless veterans. But it's not just a shelter. They actually have apartments for them. And it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And it's a church sponsored. And that's another thing I really, really want to advocate and to get involved. To have more churches to be more active in the veterans in their church and open their church to the veterans and doing such things as homeless, cutting down on the homeless here in Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Now, about 50-some years ago, and actually 50-some years ago, the church played a significant role in a lot of the services that was going on in our community. And because of the cutbacks in the churches and the fact that the churches are having problems too, it leaves everything really up in the air. And that's why it's important for people like yourself, people like the first guest, when you come on the air and you tell us some of the good things that you're doing for veterans, that's good. Because we need more people like you guys out there in the trenches helping our veterans out. And, we want to shout out to all you folks out there in television land that anytime you see a veteran, shake their hand
And say thank you
and say
for your
thank
service.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, because see, when I came back from Germany, we didn't get that. When my cousins came back from Vietnam, they didn't get that. But now there is a concerted effort on people, on people's minds to come to us now and say thank you for your services. Okay, and you don't know how good that make a veteran feel, because for so long we have been kicked to the side, abused, and misused. Okay, and when our soldiers come back from war, it's sort of like, what did I go to war for?
Precisely.
Okay, we went to war to protect your liberties, your freedoms,
And your family.
and your families.
Yes.
So now we're counting on you folks out there in television land to help us out.
Yes.
Whatever type of support that these different agencies need, make a donation. Make a donation, because they need it. Now, how do you use your show on the air to get the message across to the community that veterans need help?
What we do, we have different functions, and we invite the veterans. Not only the men veterans. See, we leave out the women's
Yes,
veterans.
we do.
We never talk about that. So I have went out and sought out a number of women veterans organizations, and we have these round table meetings, and we invite them to these meetings, and we discuss the needs of the sisters as well as the brothers.
Oh, yes.
In their plight is twice as difficult as ours.
But you see, we don't know that because we don't talk about their
Precisely.
plight. And it's just like in school, if a man don't study the anatomy of a woman, he would never know her issues.
Precisely.
And we have not been taught to show sensitivities to our sisters in arms. Okay,
Very
so
good point.
now that we know this, we got to beat that drum, say it's a new day, and we got to become more sensitive to our sisters in arms.
Precisely. Another point I was going to make is that I saw a statistic, or there was a program that cited the 10 most veterans-friendly states, and we weren't in it, Illinois. so that's another thing that I think is deplorable.
It is.
That we didn't make the top 10, or anywhere in the 10. So that's another motivating factor.
What do you suggest that we do to bring about a change?
Well, I think it has to be done at the city level, at the state level, and of course at the national level.
Okay.
But as they say, charity starts at home,
Yes.
spreads abroad.
Yes.
So we need to do it first on the community level,
Okay.
and then you'll have our issues before the city council, the state legislature, and then we have our senators and our congressmen. We need to get them involved in this. We need them to go and lobby whatever place you are, whether it's local or national. We need to get them involved.
Okay. So what you just heard really is an indictment against our state.
Precisely.
Okay. And since we understand that is an indictment, then we got to do something about it. And it starts right now.
That's right.
Right now is the beginning of the changing of the paradigm so that we can say, hey, enough is enough. We have to honor the women in arms because they have some serious issues. And when you go to Jesse Brown and you see the sisters over there at Jesse
Mm-hmm.
Brown, then worshiping some of the brothers.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, that's precisely what I'm
And
saying.
war is hell on anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we established this, from here on out, we want to always salute our women in arms, our sisters in arms, because a lot of them have come back from these wars messed up.
Yes.
Okay, and we're talking about for the rest of their lives.
And
Same
these
thing
are
with
mothers.
our brothers.
These are mothers. They have
Yes.
children.
Yes.
So as I said, their plight is worse than our plight. So I think that we have to be more compassionate in understanding what they're going through.
Oh yes.
And that's why I'm reaching out, part of the CAN program, to the women groups. And they are very receptive to it and appreciative that they are being recognized.
Well, let's send a message out there to our churches.
Mm-hmm.
The churches, the mosques, the synagogues. We don't care what your religion is.
Yes.
We need all of you to understand the plight of our sisters in arms and the issues that's facing them.
Precisely.
So, if a sister come knocking at your door, help her out.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what that sister is going through. You don't know how traumatized she's being.
Precisely.
Brothers and sisters, war is hell. When you see somebody die in front of you, it does something to your psyche.
Traumatized.
And you can talk to 10,000 psychiatrists. It ain't going to help because you've been traumatized. Okay? So please, brothers and sisters out there in television land, understand our passion about our sisters in arms. And also understand our passion about our brothers in arms. Because both of us need your help. We need your contributions. We need your volunteerism. And we need you to show us the love that we need. And I think that's part of the problem. Would you say that so many of the folks in the community don't understand how traumatized our soldiers are, coming back with all these different mental illness. And therefore, it's incumbent upon people like yourself, people like us, people like the commander, to beat the drums and put on shows like this. You're on the radio, you're doing your part. The commander and the Harold Washington Post, we're doing our part. And even that's not enough. Okay? So we just want you to understand that. Be kind. Be considerate to our brothers and sisters in arms.
And speaking of this TV show here, which is very, very important, and I think
Yes.
it's very crucial.
But we thank the commander for having the foresight
Yes.
to let us put on a show like
Yes.
this.
And I think Clara Hubbard for even coming up with the concept of that.
Yes.
She came up out of it. This is her.
That's
This is her. Her
And we want to thank you.
her brainstorm.
Yes.
Her father was a Navy man,
Okay.
so I mean, she, you know, I asked her,
Army.
yeah. I asked her in the hallway. I said, "Where's your cat?" She said, "Hey, my daddy was in the Navy."
Okay.
I said, "Well, I backed up on her,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?" But no, she's doing a wonderful thing. And what I spoke to Commander Thompson about is that she also is going to create a space where, just like we're having this conversation today on TV, we're going to have a place on a weekly basis where we can sit down, and we're going to call it Vets Chat. So we sit down and talk about the issues of the veterans, and also get other people involved. Because at this point in time, we need to give out more information also. I mean, there's so many benefits that a lot of veterans are not even aware of.
And that's true.
A lot of benefits that they're not aware of. I was very appreciative of the fact when I got out, I was in during the Vietnam era myself.
Okay.
And
Where were you stationed?
I was in Germany.
No.
But I did.
I was too. I did all my time in Germany too.
Yeah, I was in Stuttgart.
Okay, I was in Nuremberg. Well,
Yeah,
Fürth,
okay.
Germany,
Yeah.
which was right outside of Nuremberg.
Right, exactly. But I was able to come here to get, well, actually, I was able to have my education paid for.
Yes, me
you
too.
know, purchase a home, a building. So, I mean, there's a lot of benefits out here that a lot of veterans are not aware of.
Well, we want to change that.
Yes.
And,
yes.
and with your help and the help of the sister and the Harold Washington Post, we're going to change that.
And one more thing about this, being a veteran, I think the veterans also have to give back to our young people.
Yes.
That's what we want to do also with this VAC program, is to reach out to the young people. Because we went away and we served our country in protecting other people's foreign land.
Yes.
But look what's happening in the homeland. So I think
It's not a pretty picture,
yes,
what you're saying.
Yes. So I think it's incumbent upon the veterans to be a part of reaching out for our young brothers and sisters.
Basically, what Brother Smith is saying, as adults, we let this generation down.
Precisely.
And because we was out trying to protect what I call the interests of big business, that big business
Yes.
didn't protect us and our interests. But now, again, we see the light. And now that we see the light, we got to do better. And so, to our veterans out there, when you have the opportunity to talk to a young person, talk to them. Let them know that, hey, we care about you.
Yes.
We love you. You're part of our family. And we don't want nothing to happen to you. And again, you know, we got more folks locked up in America than other industrialized countries,
Precisely.
which is crazy. One of the richest countries in the world.
Yes.
And you think we're going backwards.
Standing still.
But Brother Smith, I am so appreciative of people like you and the sister. And as long as we got folks like you guys out here, we got hope. And our young people got hope.
Yes.
It may look bleak, but you know what? Joy still come in the morning.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
And as long as we realize that, we're going to be all right. So our young people are going to be in for a rude awakening because they're going to wake up and say, you know what? Those adults do care about us. No, we don't want to see you guys shooting each other on our streets. Our women getting shot down like they're in Beirut somewhere. That's crazy. We're going to do better. We got to do better. And I think as long as we got people like you too, we're going to be all right.
And don't leave you in command of it.
Right.
You know, yeah. We're a team. We're a team.
You know, we got a fantastic crew. Brother Jack was sitting there, and Brother Danny Mayo there on the technical side. We didn't get no callers in, but we want to thank you anyway for watching, and hopefully next week you'll call in because once again, Hotline, Harold Washington Post, 1987. This is your show. This is your show. Till next time.